Hello and welcome to Sports Hub. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Modern Tapechela Sinkala. Well, it's a beautiful day indeed, 20th February 2023. And our guest for tonight is a coach who has so far 2 master's degrees. So we'll be hoping to hear more from his experience. He's an expatriate coach from Poland. So he'll be telling us how he's settling in Zambia and how he's found the Zambian League. So make sure you stay with us because that coach will be joining us shortly. We also have an interesting segment where we tell you what is trending, and the lady and a gentleman are here. I'm talking about Julius Malulu as well as Ruth Gwedeza Kalivange. Lady and gentlemen, good to have you back. Julius,
we want
to see your goalkeeping skills.
I thought we were going to go for the ladies first, but then
I think last week it was Ruth,
and I did a great job.
Very well.
Exactly.
I was upon your border, so Modern, it's good to see you. And how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, very well, thanks. What is trending?
Some stuff. We have so much that's trending, interesting stories that we're going to be talking about today. But quickly, I'll push it to my colleague Ruth to take us through the first story of what's trending.
We have quite a lot of stories that are trending this week, from bizarre, strange, interesting, and also we have some sad story. To begin with, we have a story of Christian Asu, the Ghanaian player, the 31-year-old who was a player in Hataspor. He was found dead after a week and some days missing. His body unfortunately was found and he's deceased. It's a sad situation, Modern. This player has been playing for quite some time now, and the notable clubs that he played for, such as Chelsea. He played for Newcastle. He also played for Bournemouth. So in those clubs, he did quite a lot of things. For example, in the Newcastle club, he helped his club secure a promotion in the Premier League. So he's one of the great talents of Africa that we're going to miss. As you can see there, his body arrived in Ghana yesterday, and people have expressed their sadness over this loss. And also not just a great talent on the pitch, he was also good in his humanitarian work. So it's a great loss to Africa and the world at large.
Sad indeed, big loss. And you know, he died on Monday. On Sunday, he had scored for his side.
Exactly. His last match, he scored in the 97th minute, which is really great. And it's really sad that after winning that game, the following less than 24 hours, he was gone. And we can only pray that his family is comforted, and the fans as well as his teammates and the coaches, we can all have some sense of comfort, but knowing that he was a great talent indeed.
May the soul of our African superstar rest in eternal peace. Modern, there's something interesting. The TP Mazembe women's team was in action, and now look at what's happening here. They chased the referee and beat up the referee because, according to them, the officiating was pathetic and bad. But now, for me, what's interesting is we haven't really seen much violence coming in from women's football. So I don't know really what has gone wrong with these TP Mazembe ladies trying to attack the referee and beating him up because of poor officiating. And I think this is really bad, and this should not be promoted in football. You and I, Modern, know that we've always been talking about football hooliganism, which should not be encouraged in football. And it's more common with men and not with women. But then you see women chasing a referee, and and you can see from the video that even actually part of the technical bench joined in the beating. Really, this is barbaric, and I think it's something that is uncalled for. And I think the association in charge should be able to bring the people to book and be able to punish.
But is that a man running away from women?
Yes,
What can you do if more than 12 women chase you? I mean, even though you're walking and you have more than 12 women chasing you, there's nothing you can do. You really have to run away.
These players shouldn't be playing football. I think they should be wrestlers or something, because this kind of behavior is uncalled for.
Can you see those kicks?
Professional football. I hope they are given stiff punishment.
Yep.
I hope they are disbanded from playing professional football, because this kind of behavior is really uncalled for.
I was really feeling for the referee, because he lost direction. Actually, he didn't even know. He actually didn't know where he was going. So these ladies really, this was not good, and this is not impressive. And I think it's high time that the association should be able to punish these ladies, so that it should go out as a sign and also a warning to the other players or rather clubs that will be planning on, if at all there's going to be poor officiating, this should not be the solution. But I think there's a better way to sort out issues if at all you feel that the referee hasn't been fair on your side. We quickly go to the next story that's trending. Modern. Remember last week we talked about Barbara Banda having a new hairstyle and looking very nice, very good in that hairstyle. Now, something that's been trending and making noise on social media is a swag that our very own Copper Queen players always, wear. And this photo that we're seeing is upon arrival, when the ladies arrived at the Turkey International Airport to join their fellow teammates who are currently in Turkey, participating in a tournament organized by that country. Now, there's been so much talks talking about the swag, where people think this is embarrassing, and our very own players should not be dressing like men, for lack of a better term. But anyway, I would love to get it from my colleague Ruth. Ruth, what's your take though? Do you really think this is good swag? I mean, ladies being in a Timberland, and
when I saw this picture trending on social media, for some reason I thought these guys were like the Dope Boys, the Dope Boys. But then I read the caption, and then I found out it's our very own Copper Queens. I was amazed. I was shocked. I've never seen ladies dressed like this. I think it's my first time to see actually a woman dressed like this, and you are completely confused as to whether this person is a lady or, but what can we say? This is what is happening, and it seems like it's working for them. Who knows? Maybe some scare tactic on the pitch.
Look at how nice she looks.
Don't you think Grace looks nice?
She did.
This was during the awards in Morocco, and look at how beautiful she looks.
She's very beautiful. She looked very beautiful in this.
What's wrong with being
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong looking like this, but I guess that's the look they're going for. I don't know if it's something that they feel attracts them as football players, or something that makes them look like fierce on the pitch.
If we can just maybe go back to the other photo, Ruth, just quickly. Look at the way they're dressed up. Is it like maybe they do agree? Or maybe they
exactly what I'm saying. I'm sure
guys,
this looks like it's something planned.
Because look at Rachel Kundananji, look at Grace Chanda, look at also Priska. Like, I mean,
this looks like something that was planned.
Generally, that's how most footballers dress.
But is this the way they're supposed to dress?
Well, it's debatable. Remember last week I was asking Anna Mukumbuta here,
and she did say that she's not
she acknowledged
comfortable.
that no, she rarely puts on dresses. She once put on a dress and she was being laughed at, so she'd rather put on what she feels comfortable.
Maybe because they feel maybe the way the legs are, maybe people feel that people are going to be laughing at them, because most of the footballers, they have a little bit of bent legs because of obviously football. So maybe they feel I'm not going to look nice in dresses. But I mean, look at how lovely Grace looked. And I think anyway, at the end of the day, it's about what looks good on their body. So I think we continue to wish them well, even as they continue to rock in those attire. Lastly, on what's trending more than we have something interesting, because former superstar, Barcelona and Brazil superstar, Ronaldinho will be visiting Zambia for the very first time ever. I don't think he's ever visited Zambia before. This will be his very first time visiting Zambia. Now, the thing here is that former Barcelona legends will be playing former Zambian legends, and I believe that should be the 2012 squad. So this game is going to be an exhibition match that's going to see our former players, the likes of Emmanuel Mayuka, the likes of Isaac Chansa, Christopher Katongo, Chintu Kampamba, will be playing against some of the Barcelona former legends, and the Barcelona former legends team will be led by superstar Ronaldinho. I think it would be interesting to see Ronaldinho in Zambia. I know obviously age has caught up with him, and obviously he's not able to showcase his skills, but I know that there's going to be some entertainment in that game that's going to be played at National Hero Stadium. I remember it brings back memories more than some time back. We played Barcelona played Mamelodi Sundowns, and Messi was part of that team. And remember, instead of the South Africans supporting Mamelodi Sundowns, and they actually started supporting Messi. So obviously it's going to be the same situation where we're going to see, instead of the Zambians supporting their legends, they'll be able to support Ronaldinho because of the skill. But quickly, I'll ask my colleague Ruth, do you remember Ronaldinho though?
Of course I do. He was one of my favorite players. And
what do you remember about him?
I remember everything about him. Those days.
You remember how he used to dribble?
Of course I do.
What did you like about him?
Everything. The way he played his football on the pitch. And you know, growing up, I think the time he was playing, I was quite young, and all I knew was Ronaldinho, nothing more in detail what he did or what, you know. But I was excited every time to watch him. I remember the time he was playing alongside Samuel Eto'o, alongside Terry Henry. Those were the days that I would look forward to, you know, sit down and watch the game. So it would be interesting to have these guys back here in Zambia.
You watched him when you were young. Now this time around, you're privileged. You're going to watch him now that you've grown old, and you'll be able to see him for yourself. Quickly, a challenge that we're going to throw to Ruth is that we expect you to come with a selfie of you and Ronaldinho, so that we should be able to display it on
I can't wait. I can't wait. And also I can't wait to see our very own AFCON 2012 players that participated. We're looking forward, and hopefully we are going to have the likes of Stopila Nsunzu. I know he's an active player, but hopefully he can make arrangements to come and play this game. It's very important that we have these guys, the likes of Kennedy Mwene. I'm so excited about this match.
Awesome stuff. Ruth, this is what we have to say our goodbyes. Thank you very much, Modern, for having us this evening. This is what we had for you in as far as what's trending is concerned.
Thank you very much, Julius and Ruth. And obviously looking forward to that match. The whole world will be focusing on Zambia. Who wouldn't want to see where Ronaldinho is going and what he's up to? So it will be interesting. And talking about the hooliganism by those ladies from TP Mazembe, that's very sad. And I remember Faz cracking a whip on Ankana Queens, who did the same some time back. So I hope the FA will be able to crack a whip. So feel free to participate on the program by calling on 0211 25 30 25 or 0211 25 08 43. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0955 20 2904 on Facebook with Sports, our Facebook page, or Modern Sinkala Sports. So let's recap on last week's question that I asked you. I asked you to identify a sportsman on the photo, and I must say the response was overwhelming. So let's look at some of the responses. So this one says, my name is Emmanuel Chanda from Kasama. The player displayed in the picture is Harrison Wawa Chongo. All right, great. Then this one says, my name is Julius Chirwa from Petauke, and the player is Harrison Chongo. All right, so the first message there by Emmanuel Chanda, then from Julius Chirwa, Petauke. Thank you for your response. Then this one says Wawa Chongo. No name given, but this message is from 0954 25 91 64. No name and location, but that's the answer, correct answer. And then this one says, that picture shows Chongo Wawa. I'm Elijah from Mansa. Well, great to know that Mansa is represented. And then this one says, the answer is Wawa Chongo. Sandra Mwansa from Mongu. Great to know that also Kwa Mongu, they are watching this program. Thank you for your responses, and that was the correct answer. That player indeed is the late Harrison Wawa Chongo. So Harrison Wawa Chongo was born on 5th June 1969 in Lusaka. He was a Zambian international football player who played as a defender and sometimes as a defensive midfielder. Chongo began playing club football with Mufulira Wanderers FC, breaking into the first team in 1989. In 1992, he joined Al Tawun club in the Saudi First Division, where he played until he retired. Chongo was part of the Zambia national football team that reached the final of the 1994 Africa Cup of Nations in Tunisia. I'm sure you remember that one very well. Unfortunately, he died of malaria on 12th May 2011. At the time of his death, he was head coach of Mufulira Wanderers. So that's Wawa Chongo. May his soul continue resting in peace. Today I have another photo for you. That man in that photo, who is he? I'm sure most of you may remember him. What's the name of that player on that photo? You can call us on 0211 25 30 25 or 0211 25 08 43, or send us a WhatsApp message on 0955 20 29 04. The details will be crawling on the screen. Then on Facebook is Modern Cisakowski Sports or Sports Hub Facebook page. Let's look at the results from the past week. We start with the Turkish Women's Cup, where Zambia is competing. So on Wednesday it was North Macedonia 0, Zambia 1, the only goal scored by Grace Chanda. On Saturday it was Zambia 0, Slovenia 1, Zambia succumbing to that Slovenia defeat. Then on Tuesday tomorrow, Zambia will be facing Uzbekistan. So wishing Zambia all the best. That game is coming at 10 hours and is coming live on TV3. Then from the Women's Cup, remember they're using this as a preparation for the World Cup, which will be coming in July and August. Let's go to the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, which has kicked off already. So on Sunday, it was Egypt 0, Mozambique 0. Egypt, remember, are the hosts. Senegal 1, Nigeria 0. Remember, Zambia played Senegal and Nigeria in the friendly matches. Zambia lost to Nigeria 4-2 and lost to Senegal 1-0. But this time, in a competitive match, Senegal beat Nigeria by a goal to 0. And today, Uganda beat Central African Republic by 2-1. And just before I came on air, South Sudan were taking on Congo. And I'm sure the director will be able to update me on that result, where South Sudan was taking on Congo. The match has ended by now. Then tomorrow, Tuesday, to be Gambia versus Tunisia at 16 hours, and Benin will take on Zambia at 19 hours. Look out for that match. Remember, Zambia, the champions of 2017, with the likes of Patson Daka and Enoch Mwepu. So tomorrow it will be another crop of players. Wishing the team all the very best. On Wednesday, to be Mozambique versus Senegal at 16 hours, Niger versus Egypt at 19 hours. On Thursday, to be Central African Republic versus South Sudan at 16 hours, and Congo Brazzaville versus Uganda at 19 hours. That will be on Thursday. Let's go to the MTN Super League, Week 24 results. It was Chambishi 2, Prison Leopards 1, Green Buffaloes 1, Red Arrows 1, Cowboy Warriors 2, Green Eagles 0, Kansanshi Dynamos 1, Power Dynamos 3, Changa Rangers 2, Forest Rangers 0, Nkana 1, FC Muza 0, David Kavala scoring the only goal for Nkana, Zanaco 0, Nkwazi 1, Wezi Kumwenda scoring for Nkwazi. On Sunday it was Butcon 1, Lumwana Radiance 0, Zesco United 2, Napsa Stars 0. Then we go to the first National Division 1 League, but in the Super League, Power Dynamos are leading. They are leading, then followed by Forest Rangers. In the first National Division 1 League with 24 results, it was Kafue Celtic 1, Mufulira Wanderers 0, Chipo Manda scoring the only goal for Kafue Celtic. Young Green Buffaloes 2, Zesco Malaiti Rangers 1, Mutondo Stars 2, Kafue Celtic 0, Lusaka Dynamos 0, Indeni 0, Trident 1, Pulungu Harbour 1, and Trident were trailing for some time. They only scored in regulation time. Then on Sunday, it was City of Lusaka demolishing Aguila Stars by 3-1. And the coach for City of Lusaka is here. He'll be telling us how he's adapting to the Zambian League. So it was City of Lusaka 3, Aguila Stars 1, Quito United 2, Konkola Blades 1, then Bats FC 2, Livingstone Pirates 2. And the game between Jumulo and Atletico Lusaka was postponed because Atletico Lusaka have a number of players with the under-20 in Egypt. In terms of results, let's wind up with the English Premier League week 24 results. On Saturday, it was Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 4. Arsenal surviving really this one because Aston Villa kept leading twice. Brentford 1, Crystal Palace 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0, Fulham 1, Chelsea 0, Southampton 1, Everton 1, Leeds United 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester City 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, AFC Bournemouth 1, Newcastle United 0, Liverpool 2. On Sunday it was Manchester United 3, Leicester City 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2, West Ham United 0. So those are the results from the weekend. Before I introduce my guests in the studio, let's dance to a song done by Sakala Brothers. This one is titled Bola, as we remember the trophy that Zambia won in 2012.
Please, boss, forgive me, I've got to go. Today, there is Ebola, me no appetite. Today, maybe, just after Bola. Guys, quickly, msanga, me wants to go, see Ebola. There is tension in the city. There is pressure everywhere. Boliro, Master Dribbler.
The result
Katambe Bola ine. Katambe Bola. Bola. Kalipe baba, kumago kalipa, kumasira, kumabola efe, sisira, bola sisira baba, bola. Bring it on. Bola.
Well, that's what happened. Memories are still very, very fresh. They're very, very fresh when Zambia won the 2012 trophy. And we are still celebrating. Remember how happy people were at that time. So we hope that Zambia can win the trophy soon. Time for me to introduce my guest in the studio. So he is a coach with 2 master's degrees. And now he is coaching City of Lusaka. His name is Slawomir Cisakowski. It's a tongue-twisting name. And he'll be telling us about his experience in Zambia. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for the invitation.
Okay, good to have you. You are
Thank you very
welcome. You
much.
can sit there. Well, so first of all, how have you found Zambia so far?
It's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it, especially weather. You know, like it was 26 degrees Celsius today here, but in Poland it's freezing cold and raining. You know,
Wow.
that's a big difference.
Have you learned any Zambian languages so far?
Yeah, a couple of words like
which
tekanya,
ones? Tekanya.
Molibwanji. Yeah, it's just some simple stuff. You know, I pick up some words from my players.
Ah, okay.
But I'm fortunate that all my players speak very well English, so there is no barrier in terms of that.
Right. Okay, so let's start with your background first. Who is Slawomir Cisakowski?
Yeah, as you introduced me, I'm a sporting director and a head coach of City of Lusaka right now. I'm from Poland. Yeah, I'm basically all about football since I remember. Since I was a little kid, I played football. I played for academy, got injured and turned into coaching and started getting knowledge, experience, and step by step getting higher. And now I'm here to improve the club I work for.
All right, so when were you born? How many are you in the family? And how was your upbringing? Which city were you born from?
The city I was born from is Bystrzyca Kłodzka. Can you try to
Another
repeat it?
tongue-twisting name.
Not today. Yeah, it's really tough to pronounce. Yeah, so I was born in '86. It was just a couple days after the Chernobyl. Do you remember that? Yeah. So that was end of April. So I'm 36 years old. Yeah. As you mentioned, I'm from Poland. Yes, like from here, I would like to say hello to my mom, my dad, and my 2 brothers and their girlfriends and kids.
So you are 3 in your family?
Yeah. I'm the middle one.
Oh, you're the middle one.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So how did you gain interest in football?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember because when I was very little, I just started kicking ball, and I played with my dad a little bit, and with my friends, and in school, then in club, and I don't remember the day I got interest. You know, I was very, very little.
Okay, so in Zambia, most of the young footballers, especially those from the old generation, they would start like with a ball wrapped with plastics and sometimes rags. Then they would play maybe barefoot. How's your background? How was it with you then?
So I was fortunate to have a proper ball. Yeah, but what you're talking about in the past, like the old days in Poland, yeah, like kids would play with anything, you know. We had a ball to kick around, but also sometimes in school we would just use empty can or whatever just to kick something. We would put 2 backpacks and play small games, and the whole way in the school, you know, like
Right.
the football was sport number 1, 2, and 3 for us.
All right. Is there any player you looked forward to as you are joining the academy that I would want to be like that player?
When I played, you know, like when I was younger, there was a lot of good players, especially I remember from Barcelona 90s or Euro 96, you know, Stoichkov, Baggio, Romario, Bebeto, Lothar Matthäus, you know, so all these guys from 90s. Then it developed to interest in Juventus, where I really liked when I was young. So I was a big fan of Alessandro Del Piero, Zidane, Deschamps, and all these guys from that team.
Ah, right. So tell us the experience when you joined the academy. How was the experience for you?
So I'm from a small town, from a small resort close to Czech Republic. So I have to relocate. When I was just turned 16 years old, I moved to Wrocław. It's a biggest city in our district. Yeah. And I started playing for a professional club there. The club was in second division. It was well organized. It was connected with school. So we would go to school and we would have some trainings before school, after school. So we would have like 6-7 training sessions a week plus games, some international tournaments. And I also have met many good friends from these days, and we still keep in touch. And after now, almost 20 years, you know, we still hang out. Sometimes we meet together. You know? Right.
So your playing career was just disturbed by the injury you got. What type of injury was it?
Yeah. So just before I got accepted to the club, I got my first knee injury. I damaged meniscus. It was that was the last game in my previous club before I moved to a new club. So I had a meniscus injury, but they fixed it. But a couple of years later, I had this injury again, and then ACL was it wasn't damaged, but it was stretched a little bit, and you know, now they can fix it. The medicine is much better. But 20 years ago, this injury was very serious.
So I'm sure you really regret. How far did you want to go in football?
Oh, same as coaching, as far as I can. I don't have limit at all. The day when I reach this level, I'll be satisfied. You know, like you never know. You never know how much you can achieve. You know, I think we shouldn't limit ourselves to saying I want to be the best player in Super League. Why not in Champions League? Why not somewhere higher? Yeah.
Okay. Who inspired you to go into coaching?
That's a funny story, because when I stopped playing football, I was really frustrated that I could play a recreational, but to play professional football, like your body has to be strong, you know, your joints and everything. So my knee wasn't strong enough, and didn't recover from two injuries. So for almost 2 years, I broke up with football. So I was watching games, but I'm like, okay, now I will find a different way to find different purpose in my life. And then when I was studying at the University of Physical Education in Wrocław, one of my friends told me, hey, my mate is looking for some volunteers to help out with coaching and potentially getting a job.
Is that the school?
No. This one is from Barcelona. That's the MVP School of Coaches. It was 4-month school, top level school. Like every day we would go to school, study tactics, watch FC Barcelona, Espanyol games, and also I've met a lot of top coaches there, like from many different countries, like from Mexico, Argentina. Even my friend from this school, he was assistant of Diego Maradona.
Right.
Unfortunately, I didn't make it to go there and visit him and meet Diego. Yeah, but also Yasser Corona, who is working for youth national team in Mexico, and there are several other guys like from Greece, Ireland, India, and obviously myself.
Okay, but, so I cut you short on how you became a coach.
Finishing with University of Physical Education, my friend asked me if I'm interested in helping out, and I'm like, why not? Because also for a school we had to do internship in sport-related, place like a club, like a recreational center, something like that. So I'm like, okay, let's try. I went to the first training, and the first training was like, I want to do this, you know. Like the first training, it was like, I really like it, you know. And I got into it. After 4 months, I got offered a first job to coach 8 years old kids. It was part-time, obviously, you know, like for very little money. Just I wanted to get involved in
Okay,
in
sorry for
coaching.
cutting you short. It looks like we have a caller. Hello, good evening and welcome to Sports Hub.
Good evening, thank you. My name is Anton Kaiva from Maninga, Northwestern Province.
Anton Samvwa.
Kaivwa.
Kaivwa, okay, from Northwestern
please.
Province.
Yes, please. That picture is for the late James Peary, one of the best goalkeepers of those late and mid-90s.
Oh, okay, are you sure?
Yes, please.
What do you remember about him?
He was the best. One of the teams that Zambia played. I think he saved Zambia quite good. And I've just forgotten one of the best matches that we had.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, no, thank you very much for calling. It's good to know that at least you know your sportsmen and women. So let's wait
Yes.
to hear from others whether they will identify him or not.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Okay, that's Anthony Kaivwa from Northwestern Province. Thank you very much for calling. All right, so sorry I interrupted you. You can go on.
Yeah, and I started coaching. Yeah, I started coaching little kids. Then from my hometown, after 2 years of coaching with kids, I got offered the first senior team. It was 5th division in Poland, and that day I realized I want to coach older players. And
Is that the one?
no, that's the time in United States when I worked for Everton FC. Back then they had 2 academies outside England, one in Thailand, one in United States, and this is my team from United States.
Oh, right. So how has been your experience in coaching? Maybe you can quickly run us through the teams that you've coached.
There are different pathways here. Some people believe it's good to start in one club and then grow up and go up in a structure. I find different way. I think I try to get as much knowledge and experience from different places. That's why coaching in Poland, after several years, I made it to Śląsk Wrocław Academy, which is a top division club. But then I realized I want to experience some international football. So I went to Austria for an internship in one of the best academies. Then I moved to England, where I lived and coached for a year. From there I found
I saw something to do with Everton.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, I moved to United States. I worked there for 2.5 years before I got offered this job. So this academy was based in Connecticut, and I spent 3.5 years working and coaching these players.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, the photo for Everton is finally here.
Yeah.
This one, tell us about this.
This one is every year our teams would go to Everton, to Finch Farm in Liverpool, to play Everton teams, to have some training sessions there. And this is one of the trips when we went to England. We played a friendly game in London, then we went to Everton. We spent some time there, you know, like interchanging some and exchanging some knowledge, you know, talking to coaches. Our players could see the facilities, have some trainings. We will visit the stadium, and yeah.
Right.
That was a very good trip, you know.
Great. Before we come to Africa, tell me, which one would you say was your most successful stint, and with which club?
Most successful? It depends how you understand success, because
Where you
in
won
youth,
trophies and
yeah, because in youth, success is to promote players to better teams and higher. Obviously, as you showed some pictures, there was one picture with a trophy. Yeah, so we won a tournament, and but after years, you know, it's a youth tournament. It's not something big that newspapers talk about, whatever. But what's the best thing is that.
This is the one, right?
No, the one with Everton.
But that's
but
and
this one is with Legia Warsaw. That's a regional Polish Cup that we won in June this year. Last year, 2002. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And here's myself with our fitness coach.
Right. So you're not very clear on which club you felt you were very successful.
I think I will be very successful. Right now,
The previous clubs.
my biggest success is probably the regional cup with Legia Warsaw and winning some youth tournaments. But what brings me the most satisfaction is that players I worked with, they made it to national teams. One boy just moved this summer to AS Roma. He was even on the bench the last couple of games, so seeing this boy next to Mourinho and knowing that last year I coached him, that brings me a lot of satisfaction. Obviously there's several players playing in the top division in Poland. There's one boy, 19 years old, who scored quite a lot of goals right now, and I think this summer he's gonna go to stronger league.
Okay, let's talk about the exposure that you gained. Obviously, you said you went to different places. Even as you explain, we'll be able to see some different photos of which places you went to.
So as I told you, I try to find inspiration, knowledge everywhere. Like living in the United States, I was traveling around the country to meet some coaches. I was doing courses in different places in Massachusetts, Florida. While in the United States, I went to Bolivia, to South America, because I wanted to experience that football, how they understand it, how they coach it, and everything, every trip, every conversation, every course, it just helps you to grow.
Mm-hmm. Right. I know it's rare that you would see coaches progressing in terms of academics, but you have 2 master's degrees. Tell us about that.
Yes, so the first master's degree is one that I finished in Poland. It's University of Physical Education, because coaching license is just a license. It's a course, usually it's just a couple months, but this is not enough to become a top coach. You need more knowledge. So studying at the University of Physical Education gave me more knowledge about human body. We had anatomy, physiology, how to recover, stuff like that, and also the coaching topics. And then my second degree, now I was coaching in the United States. I coached for a college team, and while there I was able to pick a degree to do for free. So I picked management, because in football, especially on the top level, it's very important how you create a culture, manage people, how to be a leader. Yeah, it's not just running drills, teaching how to kick the ball, how to finish, but also interpersonal relationship, the cohesion, how to build a team, that is going to succeed.
Right. And obviously you graduated. I saw you graduating. What was that graduation all about?
So yeah, that was MBA with management. So it's short from Masters in Business Administration, but with management. But basically, management, no matter where you work, in government, business, football, basketball, you manage people. Just the environment is a little bit different. So it's a matter of understanding the culture, know how to build a structure, organizing things, planning, motivating.
Look at how nice you look in that gown.
Yeah, that's my professor from from University of Bridgeport.
Said, could that be your wife? Right, interesting.
I don't know what to say. I don't have answer for this one.
Right. So tell us, how were you spotted? How did you find yourself in Zambia, coaching a team which is in the second tier of the first Premier League?
Yes. So in May last year, Legia Warsaw sent me here for a project. Yeah. So I came here for work with Legia, and I spent here three weeks I made some connections, I met people, and then I went back to Poland, and a month later I got a phone call, hey, are you interested in coming here and coaching and directing the club? I needed some time to think about it, because after 7 years abroad, 1 year in England and 6 years in the United States, I came back to Poland, and I was like, oh, okay, I came back to Poland, I'm staying, I'm not moving anywhere. But then when I got a phone call from Zambia, I was like, how many times do you get offers from Africa, I have to try it.
Right. What qualifications do you have in coaching?
I have UEFA A.
UEFA A?
Yeah, UEFA A, but also did qualifications in the United States. But the most important and the highest is UEFA A.
Okay. But coach, coaching a Division 1 team, are you here maybe just to make your CV, after that then you run away?
For right now, I want to succeed with City of Lusaka, yeah, but football, it's like players. If a player gets a good offer from different club, yeah, the clubs just sell him, let him go. And right now I'm 100% involved in City of Lusaka. I want to succeed with this club, but if I'm gonna get an offer that I can't refuse, what can I tell you, We'll see. But right now I want to succeed with this club, and I'm not thinking about anything else.
All right. How are you finding the league, National Division 1 league?
It's not easy. It's difficult, and I really enjoy playing against teams like we played this weekend against Aguila, Atletico. These teams, they try to play football. So when we play them, I really enjoy coaching, because I see coaches have plan. They know, so they have some strategies. They try to build up. They use some tactics, And so these games, I like it, because the ball, you can see that both teams are very well prepared, and one team is trying to outplay other one. But there's some games when unfortunately ball is in the air more than on the floor, and it's a bit chaotic, and it's hard to control this type of a game. And I have to admit that we struggle a little bit with these games, because it's very unpredictable. But we still teach our players how to prevent this situation when the ball is in the air, how to defend, how to close spaces, and what to do to still succeed and win games.
Okay. What type of philosophy are you trying to implement in your boys? Is it the European type of football, or maybe you've learned some African tactics?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you mean saying African tactics, but I believe that as coaches, very often we underrate our players. They have usually more potential than we think, and telling them to play just simple, just kick it forward, run and see what happens, I think it's not using their potential. So I always try to put the bar too high and see how high players can reach, then put it too low and never find out how good they can be.
Right, and those are the visuals of Division 1, the one we show right on this channel, TV3. But you seem to have struggled, because up to now, City of Lusaka is far from the top 4. Where is the challenge?
Yes. Oh, so there have been many challenges, like starting from the beginning. I don't know if you remember, I took over the team 2 days before the first game. I didn't have pre-season. Yes. I didn't bring any players, so I had to work with players that I already found here, and I had to start from scratch, because even going to our first game against Barts, I asked players, hey guys, what's your strategy for attacking set pieces, defending? And they're like, we don't have any. I'm like, okay, so we had to develop something. Yeah, we had to start teaching basics. So step by steps, we've improved. But also this transfer window, the club decided not to spend a lot of money, because the main objective is to give more playing time to youth players. That's why In the first round of the season, we had 15, 16 years old boys playing. Sometimes on the field you could find 5 under 20 players. So in the city of Lusaka, they've never had, for example, 5 players getting called up to national team selection. Yeah, 2 of these players went to AFCON. So these are results of our focus on developing youth. We do extra individual trainings for these players to develop. Yeah, so obviously me as a coach, I play every game to win. But you have to see the bigger picture that we also have other objectives. Yeah, and we are not like only results. We also want to build something bigger, that the day when I leave, there's going to be something behind. There's going to be some future for this team.
Okay, so coach, I want to see if you still have the skills of ball juggling.
Oh.
Since you said you were a player once, and I want to see whether you can juggle. But do you think City of Lusaka can finish in top 4 this season?
I believe yes, but the league is very difficult, and we have some really tough games to play. You know.
Okay, so show us some ball juggling
how
skills.
How many juggles?
As many as possible. As
okay,
many as
but
possible. And time starts now.
You should have told me, so I would have brought better shoes.
No.
Hey, this ball is flat.
Coach, that's an excuse.
This ball is flat. Okay, but okay, let me.
So try again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, thank you, coach. Thank you. How far do you want to go in your coaching career?
Bring me proper ball next time, or take me to house.
It's a tactic, actually. It's a tactic. How far do you want to go in your coaching career?
As I told you, as a player, I wanted to go as high as I can. Same with coaching. I don't have a limit. If my limit is national division, I'm gonna just enjoy coaching here. You know, if I can make it higher, I'll just go in and check. What I'm looking for is challenges.
Coach, thank you very much for coming. So I was hosting Slawomir Cisakowski. He is the head coach for City of Lusaka, and he is hoping they can finish in top 4, and he has a huge, rich CV. Until next week when I come with another guest, my name is Modern Tapechela Sinkara. Goodbye.